Good evening. Welcome again to another session of GoodNight Meditation. And today we're going to touch on the topic of igniting the living lights within. Don't know about others, but here there's been a lot of celebration around lights with recent holidays, and seems like we're going into a season of festivities related to somehow directly or indirectly with Diwali, with Hanukkah, Christmas. Different traditions celebrate this season with some reference to lights. So it's interesting just reflecting on this and the significance of that. There must be some reference point for so many to focus on this common theme. One of the appreciations here is that this may be, a memory of the awareness of that living light within each one of us. And in a way, as we've forgotten the deeper meaning behind it, but continue to do something that somehow helps us ultimately to remember. So this invisible light within each of us that is being eclipsed right now, what is it that blocks that inner light? And one of the things that seems to be a common thread is the eclipse of this false self. So the light can either shine on the false self or the true self. And when we are lost in this world of physical attainments and physical attractions, relationships, achievements and attainments, then it's like that light on the real self is somehow eclipsed or dimmed. And one of the practices in our reflections or meditations is, again, giving that attention, that nurturing time to that invisible light, however dim it may be. And as we spend time nurturing that awareness, then there is that reigniting of that light once again. And one of the areas that was touched on in recent discussions is that happiness that is the permanent happiness that's experienced in this awareness versus the temporary happiness we experience in the physical limited awareness. So this is something that has been an area of exploration recently. So we'll take a moment to maybe together search a little bit deeper into this topic of permanent happiness. It seems we're all searching for happiness in some way or the other through everything we do, every relationship we have. And to understand very deeply and experience more consistently the reality of that experience, that truth can be something very beneficial and useful for all of us. So as always, as we practice, first check the body, focus on the breathing, keeping the mind alert, the body relaxed. Just allow the mind to be focused on the words and the thoughts being given to guide into an experience. So first we focus on that invisible observer behind the eyes. Who's taking in all the data through the senses. Whether it's the light in the room, sounds, the background, the temperature of the room, the movement of the air in and out of the lungs. This observer is aware of everything, making sense of everything. For a few moments, we give ourselves permission just to reflect and look at the inner mind, the mind's eye. And check the thoughts that are coming in and moving out. Observing without judgment. And take a few moments now to reflect on the day. And see what was the inner being searching for, looking for, in the activities and interactions. Was it needing something, wanting something from the story we call life? Was there awareness of the life behind the screen of the eyes? Or was the focus just on what was in front of the eyes? Was there awareness of the richness of heart, the richness of the mind that's naturally there? And regardless, we can choose at this moment to focus for a little while on this inner world, where there is perfection and completeness, where there is constancy and nothing lacking, nothing desired. And this experience of understanding that this is something that's always there for every soul. The truth of self and family, and the vision of the Supreme Father on each soul in its original untainted form that existed before coming into this body and will continue to exist after leaving this body. This vision of truth that so easily slips away when coming into action. Holds within it a freedom beyond any temporary happiness in this physical world. And nothing more is needed. And holding this experience deeply, one nurtures that divine light within each one. And coming back into the physical dimension as we continue with our evening in the following day, we can ignite through our own awareness of our truth. We can ignite the lights of others around us. Until all the lights of each one is lit. Around the world. So wishing you a good evening and next day full of light and permanent experiences of happiness. Have a good night.